Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. I am Fletch, and today I'm going to be playing a rat who is not so rat today. And joining me is my wonderful friend who is very cool and very talented.
Dying Blaze, who's gonna be playing. I'm back to play Banana again today, cause she made a promise to go find a friend who is played by a wonderful, talented, creative person. You don't get out of this just because you did the intro.
I should have expected that.
Hell yeah! So last we left off, yeah, she promised, and Johan said he'd put up missing posters in Little Corner, but Breaks wasn't able to make it, which is very fair. So Johan is just going to be here in Mention, basically. So
Yeah, he's here in spirit
mm-hmm.
and off screen.
And off screen, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. So they're there. Johan's putting up posters. And there's as Banana said, there's a Tiny helping out as well. So what's Fleck doing?
Well, much Fleck is probably, still wandering around. He's been doing some thinking recently, and like he thinks he knows what he wants to do. Uh, it's just one of those things that takes a little bit of time to come to terms with.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because he's had a bit of time now, because we were going to have this after, so he's talked to Dillinger, he's got to hang out with a new friend. He got to make a new friend.
Yes. He has a grandma.
He has a grandma now. And doesn't realize, and understandably so, because, he's not expecting to see Johan in Little Corner, and he hasn't been going out, so, he doesn't know, people have still been looking for him to see if they can find him. But do you want to make a roll to see if he notices a couple of, missing posters?
Oh, sure. Let's see. He was able to have his eyes the other day.
Yeah,
but
let's see if he's still got his sight. Oh,
Apparently
yeah.
so.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah, he's still got his sight. All right. So, you probably didn't notice them before because, you weren't looking for them, maybe? You weren't expecting somebody to, be looking for you? But, yeah, there's posters up for view, missing. And there's also smaller posters that look a bit more hastily put together than, nicely printed. But, Tinies do what they can. And they're on smaller levels, obviously, where a Tiny might see them.
Probably a whole lot above his eyesight and then a few just below.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Not too much below. You're with the 17 I will give you like the whoever put these up are either made like wasn't sure where to put it, so it's a little below your eye level. So it's probably like, well, the tallest Tiny would see this, and then anybody below that would probably see this, so.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah, they did their best. So yeah, you find these missing posters, kind of here and there as you go about Little Corner.
Fleck, as he notices them, he probably starts to sweat a bit because, oh boy, Duster's not gonna be very happy about that. So he's just gonna start casually taking them down.
As you do that, I'm gonna have somebody make a perception check now. Oh, also 17. Are you doing this stealthily or?
He's doing it stealthily in terms of bigs.
Mm-hmm.
but when it's when it comes to someone smaller than him, he is not being very stealthy about it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Uh, well, this Tiny does have a higher vantage point to see Fleck, so it's kind of from above. Did you want to make a stealth check or?
Sure, let us see.
Ooh, well,
uh,
I guess meets
well,
it beats
you
it.
were
So
the one who was. Well, you were the one who's making the contesting roll,
yeah.
so I believe you. It's you who beats it.
Okay, okay, okay. Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, they probably do like a double take, like maybe don't immediately notice you or like glance over and they're like, "Wait a minute." And okay, now I need to let's see. Um what would that be? Hang on. All right. Ah, dang, 2 seconds in and I might have to look something up. Hang on.
Oh, I believe in you.
Thank you. Google, help me quickly. Okay, you're always proficient. Okay, but what do I roll? All right. Okay, I think I got it. Um I don't think it's Dex, so. Oh, okay. What's your AC at right now?
I God, it's 18, so so yeah, 19 hits. Why are you hitting?
Well, here's the thing. You're taking down this poster. You're like carefully taking it down. You know, like making sure no bigs notice you. And then there's just like out of the corner of your eye, you see this streak of color, and it just tackles into you. It doesn't do any damage. And you just go flying for a moment as something just grabs you.
Oh no.
And you just like you go through the air and it's like that comedic thing where you like bounce a few times and then like just break apart little dizzy symbols in both your eyes.
Yeah.
And then you hear somebody like scrambling back up to standing back up and just what do you do?
Lex kind of just he's just gonna rub at his head a bit like, "Hey, what was that for?" And gonna stand up and brush himself off.
You stand up, you brush yourself off, and there's this bird, this very cartoon bird, standing there looking up at you, and it has these starry yellow sparkly eyes, and it looks at you and it opens its beak and quickly closes its beak. It glances like left and right, looks back at you, and then starts cheeping happily and just like hopping over towards you.
Oh. Lex just kind of is gonna blink. Like, uh, can I help you?
They look at you and they just like smile up at you. There are like these little flower emotes around their head, and they're just like chirping, and they like dance around you, and then they like stop in front of you, and then oh, that's a 10. Okay. They reach like under their wing with their beak and they pull out one of the missing posters and they hold it up to you.
He's sweating. Like, oh, yeah. Um, don't worry about those. It's nothing to worry about. Uh, y- you want a cookie?
They kind of
Yes,
like
he is trying to bribe.
they kind of look at they like lower their head a bit and they shake their head and give like a muffled cheep with the paper still holding the paper and ruffles his fluff in front of just waves about as they shake their head and they're like They put it on the ground and then like pointed it at their foot, and bird just kind of like looks up at you sadly. And you know, like the finger feathers that some cartoon birds have. They like point.
Yeah.
They point at the image, and then like point up at you, and then like up and down. And does
He's
Fleck know sign language?
um hmm hmm. I mean, he didn't know how to read.
Yeah.
Uh, uh I can try and roll intelligence and see how that goes.
You can try, but I guess it's like a language, so I don't know how well it will go. But yeah, take a try, I
True.
guess. At disadvantage, maybe, I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's
it's
a
a 7.
7.
Yeah, it's a 7.
Oh, it's a shame because one of them was a nat 20.
I'm
Uh,
sorry. Um, this bird is just doing a lot of motions with their wing hands, like they're trying to convey something to you, but it's not. You have no
Actually,
idea what's
wait,
going on.
shit. Fleck does know sign language. He has a chicken grandparent who uses sign language.
Okay, so he was taught sign language.
I think he just. I completely forgot about TOC. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay, so he was taught sign language then he knows.
Yeah.
Okay. So all right then. Then yeah, it's like you start the bird is like moving their hands around and for a second you don't know what's going on, but then you're like, "Wait a minute. This bird is trying to talk to me." And the bird is signing. It's like, "No, it important. Found you. Was missing."
Flex. Well, he kind of just puts his hands up to his mouth, kind of in a prayer motion, just like, yeah, well, about that. And he's just gonna run.
The bird gives a
And
squawk.
he's gonna use all of his movement speed, plus bonus action dash, plus probably regular dash.
The problem is this bird is faster than you, so you might want to try and roll stealth or something.
Yeah, he's just gonna hope that he is fast enough to dive for cover real quick.
Mm-hmm.
23.
Ooh, 23. Okay.
So he probably like makes a mad dash and then just slides under some newspaper.
Yeah. Oh! That's a
Oh
nat
no!
20 now!
That's a nat.
So you run and you slide under the newspaper and you just hear this frantic flapping and chirping, and then this bird just like dive bombs under the newspaper and is just looking up at you at like, why are we hiding? Like they're looking around. It's like, is there something to hide from? Is there a big? It's like, what happened?
Well, that didn't work. So it's time to resort to the good old trick that Mariz taught him. Lying.
Mm.
So he's just gonna like put his hand up to his mouth like shh. Okay. You just wait here and I'll be right back, okay?
Roll deception. Oh no. Let's see. That would. Well, I mean, it beats passive perception. So should I still roll? Oh no, that would be insight. That would be insight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
okay.
no.
Okay. Here's the thing, though. This bird gives you a look, and you're pretty sure this bird has not bought it. Roll. Either insight or perception.
Both are flat D20. This boy was not made to see.
No, that's fair. Okay, with a 9, actually, with a 9, you're not sure of anything. The bird just like looks at you a moment and then just huddles down as if about to wait.
Fleck is gonna give the bird finger guns like, okay, good. Alright, I'll be right back. I just have to go get something. And he's sliding out of the newspaper.
The bird just sits there, just kind of watching you.
And once he's out of the newspaper, he is going to try and run and hide again.
Okay, he goes and runs and.
Stealth. Okay,
Oh
there
shit!
we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Okay, so you run and you're gone. Like I don't even think. Yeah, I think a 26 is my highest perception. So yeah, you disappear. You vanish, and as you run off to hide, do you want to make another perception check?
sure. 4.
Okay, never mind. You don't see anything.
Well, you can give the audience a shot.
Okay. Well, it's just basically as okayed by breaks, Johan is also nearby because he promised, he'd have a look around the little corner and he'd try to help out, and he's going past nearby, because somebody took down some of the missing posters, so he's gonna put up a few more.
Oh boy. Uh.
And as he's doing this, he is well. Actually, hang on. I need to make a roll first. 1 second. Okay, yeah, that beats it. Okay. Fleck doesn't hear because that's a 4, unfortunately. Well, actually, since this is a separate thing, you can make another roll for this one if you want.
Alright. The chances are slim, but yeah.
Okay. Well, 14. 14 I'd say is enough because it's at least over a 10. You hear a familiar voice calling out for somebody, but it's not for you. You hear Banana, and she's calling out for somebody by the Did Fleck know Johan's name?
Be trying to remember. You know what? He's just gonna roll history.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, just when in doubt, roll history. You have no idea what the name is. I'm sorry.
The epic highs and lows of Toonkind D&D.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. So, well, still though, from your hiding spot, you do hear Banana calling out a name you don't recognize, and not yours, but Johan's, and is going over to talk to him basically while you are in your 30 stealth check. So,
Oh.
yeah.
So, I think hearing that and afraid that bird is gonna find him again, Fleck's going to try out a new little trinket he got.
Mm-hmm.
And I still can't believe we're doing this, but it's too late to back out now.
It is.
Yeah, I hope this won't come back to bite me later. Anyways, Fleck reaches into his little coat pocket. He pulls out what appears to be a little circlet. For most people, it would be like ring-sized.
Mm-hmm.
But it is the size to fit around his little rat head.
Mm-hmm.
And he slips it on,
Mm-hmm.
and there is absolutely a magical girl transformation, because why wouldn't there be?
Yep.
And when it's done, standing in his spot is a regular-sized, real kind human.
Well, dang.
Yeah, and just an ordinary dude.
Yep.
and he is walking on out of that space. He's definitely a little bit awkward though because he's not used to being tall.
Yeah.
He like tried this out once before because he like found it in the gutter or something and was like, "Holy shit, this is wild," and decided to keep it.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
But now it's the perfect disguise.
Yeah, it is, because the two of the Banana and you, now that you're bigger, you are, I guess, looking over, and you definitely recognize the other person. You may not remember his name, but you definitely recognize the person, Mariz. I'm getting in the shame box now, don't worry. That was being bullied all the way back in Toontown.
Oh boy. Well, he has no idea what the fuck is going on. Because he'd assume if that guy was looking for him, it would not be for a good reason. But also, does he see Banana?
Probably, because she's standing right there talking to him, so she was probably be visible.
Yeah, but also if Banana's there. But Banana liked him last time.
Yeah.
Oh no, does Banana not like him anymore? Oh no. So he is going to try and casually walk on over.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have to roll deception to see how good he pretends to be human, I guess, or casual. Um, since he's trying to do both at the same time, it's probably disadvantage.
Yeah. A 15's still pretty good, though. A 15's really good.
Yeah, he's pretty decent at being human.
Yeah, yeah. And again, as Breaks isn't here, I'm gonna say, like, maybe Johan goes to go somewhere as Fleck's coming over, and so they go, and you walk up, and Banana looks up at you and just like kind of blinks. It's like, oh, hi.
Fleck also he jolts a bit because oh right, uh, he was just trying to eavesdrop. But okay, social interaction. He can do this. He kind of just. It takes him a moment to look down, but then he waves like, hi.
Hi. I already said that. Do you live here?
Yes.
Oh,
Gonna roll a quick deception for that. 15
okay.
again.
15 again. Yeah. She tilts her head a little, looking at you. It's like, well, sorry. Hang on. Need to take a sip of water.
You're good.
I need to hydrate.
Hydration is key.
Hell yeah. Okay. And she's like, oh, and she seems to like fumble for a minute, like she doesn't know what to say. And then she takes out, does she take out? Hang on. Okay. She takes out, a small, one of the smaller posters. And it's like, it's really small in her hand because, you know, she's big. And it's like a tiny size poster. And it's like, have you seen any rats around, here?
He probably takes the poster. The more of those in his grasp and the less out in the wild, the better. He's gonna have a night in for him. He kind of he takes it. He holds it up. He does inspect it like genuinely, but more just because he's he's not used to things being this small. Oh, this was so big earlier.
Yep.
And he's kind of just like turning it over in his hands. I mean, you can roll insight if you want to.
Okay. Da, da, da. 19.
19. Yeah, you get the feeling that he's not exactly looking at the picture on the paper and more at the paper itself. Uh, but then he kind of spins it around once more, pockets it, like, I can't say I have. I'll keep my eyes out though.
Oh, is it too small? I've only got the small ones. My friend has the. Do you want a bigger one?
Uh,
And she kind of points like in the direction Johan went.
uh, he'll take a look around, I think, to see if there's any big ones hanging around. Oof.
Unfortunately, no. You did good on the, I'm guessing, deception, but not
Yeah.
so good to see if there are any big posters.
He's too focused on lying.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
well, I don't see any around.
Well, we got more if you want one. I just, I mean, I. And she's like looking between you and the direction Johan went, like she doesn't know. Like, does she stay here and potentially get somebody else who might find Fleck, or does she go to find Johan to get another poster? It's like I mean, we've been here. Well, I mean, I've been. No, we were both here. I don't think he's gone home yet. But just between the between us, we've been looking, and so well, just so long as you keep an eye out. He's just a rat, and she like cups her hands like as
Oh,
like trying to indicate size, but instead of like one hand on top of the other, she's just like cupping them together.
oh, oh, banana, my beloved. He kind of just, that's like, yeah, I'll keep my eyes out for any rat.
Do,
Uh,
do you know somebody called Red? Maybe because they apparently they know Mariz, and I was supposed to deliver ask them to give a letter because it was for Fleck, and then they were supposed to be able to give him the letter.
let's roll history to see if if he remembers the person who Mary's got thrown in jail with.
Okay, it's
Okay,
apparently an advantage. I'd say 16
16.
is enough. I'd say 16 is enough,
Yeah,
cause yeah, and you've been staying at the castle too. There's a good chance you've seen
yeah.
Ruby. So
So he knows. He kind of has a vague idea of what this red person is,
mhm.
and like an awful, awful plan is forming in his little not rat brain. uh, while many things have grown, his brain was not one of them.
Oh my
um,
gosh.
like, cause oh, it could be bad if someone else got that letter,
Mhm.
and well, he knows that this red person is. They have brown hair and freckles. He
Mhm.
has brown hair and freckles. He's gonna do. he's gonna. He's gonna do a little scheme. He
Mhm.
thinks it's very smart, and he's
Mhm.
just like, "Oh yeah, that's me actually." Oh,
Oh.
can I argue advantage?
I actually could. You could. I do believe because you do at least know Ruby. So
He does kind of have the resemblance, even if he's not wearing red.
yeah. But ooh,
Okay.
so 21. Ooh, 18. She looks at you a moment. She squints. She's like, I thought they were animal. Is it real kind? And you don't look very real kind, but maybe I'm not. Hmm.
When Fleck has a thing on, he is actually a real kind human.
Oh, okay, then yeah, okay, never mind then. She's like, well, you
Yeah.
are real kind, so. I guess you don't have your talking pig today, huh?
He just shakes his head like, no, let's see if he remembers the pig name. He does remember the pig name.
Yay!
He's like, no, Oliver had to run some other errands today.
She kind of nods at this, like, you remember the name, and she hadn't said it yet, so she's just like, just solidifies it more and is nodding her head. It's like, oh, so you know the tiny community then? You'd be able to ask them to give Fleck the letter?
Yeah, of course. I promise that this letter will get into his hands.
Okay, she kind of takes she takes a moment and she like reaches over her shoulder and takes out what looks to be a very fancily sealed letter. It's got like the wax seal stamp on it and everything because Johan is a nerd. And um and she looks over it a moment, kind of turning it in her hands. And do you want to roll insight?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. One!
Oh God. Nope, she's just standing there holding the letter for some reason. You don't know why.
It is a very pretty letter.
Yeah, it's a really
It's
pretty
the prettiest
letter.
letter he's ever seen. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like holding it. She looks at it. She kind of turns it over in her hands a few times, and then she looks up at you because she has to look up at you. Banana has to look up at you.
He's still really weirded out by that.
And she holds it out, and she's like, can you can you also tell Fleck that their sibling misses them? They've been really sad since he's been away.
Oh. Like, probably he gently takes the letter, and you can roll insight on him if you want.
Okay. Oh, 18.
Okay, yeah. For some reason, this person, Red, does seem to be kind of saddened by this news. Almost like it personally affects him. uh, like, he kind of just gently picking at one of the edges of the letter, uh, turning it over in their hands, like, I can do that. Yeah.
I know he's here. He left a letter, or maybe he just said and told Mariz, but Mariz is just. They say they've just been, I think they've only cooked like maybe once or twice since then. I think they kind of became part of the blankets, but
Quote unquote, Red flinches.
but but the grounder's also been there. I think their name was Dillinger, and they're not grounded anymore though. But they make the waffle things. I think they were waffle things, and they ate one, so that was good. I ate 3, but one's still good. And yeah, and just
It's like, yeah.
so She kind of wrings her hands together a bit, and she's like, I. And like, do you roll an insight?
He still has not gotten
Oh my
his eyes
gosh.
back.
Who stole this non-rat boy's eyes. Okay, well, it's at least not an at once, so I mean, you can still at least tell what she's doing, even if you can't read the what or the why. So she's kind of like wringing her hands together, and she's just like glancing around and like looking back up at you, and she's like opening her mouth like she's about to say something, but then stops.
Aw. Kind of just he's seen he's seen Dillinger do this before. He he he's gonna try it. He's gonna go in for the kill, and he very slowly, as to not startle Banana, like reaches his hand out to put it on her shoulder. Like, hey, is there something you want to say?
She's quiet a moment, and she thinks, and she kind of bursts out a little. It's like I saw him. I know I did, but he looked scared. He was running away, and and I don't know why, cause we fought things. We fought the people at the logger place, and Fleck is brave. And if there's something here that's scaring Fleck, I want to find him, but I don't know where he went. I saw him and he was here, but then he went away. And 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 he's and he said and but and he said to so I can't, 'cause he asked me, and I know he lied, but he still asked, and now I don't know what to do.
Oh no. Oh, right in the Kokoro. uh, like, he's kind of just. He looks very upset. You don't need to roll an insight for this. And he kind of just glances around a second, like, hey, can. Why don't we go somewhere a little more private?
You're gonna have to roll persuasion.
The dice did not want him, but he has a plus 11 modifier, so.
Oof. Okay. I have to roll.
uh,
Ooh. That was. Ooh. It is above a 10. She. She looks very unsure about this, because that was not a roll to see whether or not she believed you. Because
uh,
that was to convince, but at the same time, she is like looking up at you, and she's just like, she's unsure. She's like, she doesn't pull completely away, but she's like, she takes like a small, like, kind of shift back. It's like, well, but why would we need to do that? It's there's people here, and it's not that crowded. I
uh,
I could get Johan if you need something.
uh, he kind of, uh, noticing that Banana is moving a bit away, like, he does, let go of her shoulder
Mm.
and is just like, well, I have a secret, and, you know, I don't want people around us to overhear. And then he holds up the letter, like, I mean, it's okay. I'm a friend.
She kind of gives you like a wary look, and then like takes like, not like a deep breath, but it's just like, well, mm, Fleck told me that there were some bigs who were nice, and you're bigger than me, but you've been nice so far. So, oh, okay, we can go somewhere.
He nods, like, yeah, I know that bigs can be scary, but here. What kind of place would you like to go to? I'll
Can
let you pick.
hmm. She thinks for a moment and like looks around, and I believe there's a bridge in Little Corner, and she like waves you over and like goes to like go under the bridge basically.
Fleck very much follows.
So you're pretty much just like you're under the bridge. Like you can still probably hear people like coming and going, but you're under the bridge. Nobody's looking down to see where two kids have gone to muck about underneath it. So.
Yep. And Fleck, he pockets the letter,
Mhm.
and you can roll perception if you want to.
Okay. Perception. Damn.
Oof. Yeah, he
Banana's
just
too
puts it in his
nervous.
pocket. Don't worry. Um, and he pockets it. He holds out his hands to show that he has nothing in them. Uh, I will give you this
Mhm.
simply because like he is purposefully showing you his hands.
Mhm.
On one of his fingers sits a little ring,
Hmm. Shiny.
and yeah, it is quite shiny actually. Uh, kind of just like okay, uh, okay. You came here to find Fleck, right?
She nods and gives the most determined face an 8-year-old can give.
Oh,
Her hair even does like that little slight, ghibli poof of just like, yes, I am here for
oh,
a thing. She also does look a little sad though as she does this, but she like kind of like purses her lips a little and she's like, no, I'm brave. I got this.
oh. And you're here to find Fleck because you're worried about him, right?
She nods again. Mariz told me where to go. They said that they went to Little Corner and
They,
I said they, didn't I?
I think you might have said she.
Oh well shit. They said that he went to Little Corner and they were so worried and sad and Johan wanted to help too. He said he could put up the posters, so and I said that, since he was a big and I knew a tiny to ask for help that that maybe we could all go and look for Fleck because I know that when people leave they don't come back, but
Uh, Fleck kind of just blinks, like, oh, that little bird tiny was your friend?
yeah they said that Fleck left though, and I from what the bird told me, I don't think Fleck wants to come back. He told the bird to wait, and he said he'd come back, but knew they were lying, and there's only one reason to ask somebody to wait and not want to come back.
Halfway tempted to make an intelligence check, but I know that this rat is stupid and will not make any connection ever. Because I noticed something. However, this boy has a -2 intelligence. So I'm just gonna fucking sit here, I guess. Uh, so he's just gonna nod, like, all right, but you're not you're not planning anything bad with him, right?
She shakes her head so hard that her hair just kind of ends up smacking her in the face in the process.
Oh,
It's just like whipping back and forth. It's like, nah, no. If Fleck was being got kidnapped, then I was gonna kidnap Fleck back. But if Fleck just doesn't want to go home. If this is their time to leave, then it's their time to leave, and I'll just tell Mariz that I tried.
Oh, he frowns and kind of he just tried to reach out to do the little shoulder touch to Banana again, because like this is Dillinger did this to Mariz a lot. It probably helps. You think? Uh,
She doesn't pull away or anything. She just kind of like gives a small sniffle.
yeah, and he's kind of just like, okay, well, if that's the case, uh, I can tell you a secret, and I think it's probably gonna be one that'll help you feel a little bit better.
She kind of gives a nod. Well, I mean, if it's a secret, you don't gotta share it, cause I mean, secrets are important, and I know Fleck's a tiny, and tiny secrets are very super duper important. But you know, it's I mean, as long as Fleck's okay, it doesn't. You know, I I'm I'm fine. You can roll insight.
Oh,
She
nat
is
20,
nat 20,
baby!
nat 20. She is not fine. She is
Oh,
you're not you kind of like realize as she said this um you don't know, like her eyes are glassy basically, and there's a small shiver to her outline. You're not sure how she's managed to not start crying yet, but she looks like you would not classify this as fine. You don't know who would classify this as fine. This is not fine.
oh,
Yet at the same time, she's like honestly offering that you do not need to share the secret for her to feel better.
oh. And quote unquote Red kind of just gives her a very small smile, like, it's okay. He he told me that I can tell you. And let's do a little deception dance again. Okay, 18. Uh, and he's just like, well, what if I told you that Fleck does want to come home?
Come back?
He nods.
But she seems to like she blinks and she like seems to think about this for a moment, and I'll let you roll off of that previous 20 because let this boy see for like 5 seconds. Like she seems like very confused at this, and you're from what you know of Banana, you're guessing it's because it conflicts with nobody comes back. And you have just said
Oh,
Fleck has wanted to come back. And with that 18, she believes you, but it's confusing her at the same time. She's just like, wait a minute, this doesn't, hang on.
oh,
So she's like, she wants to believe you, but she's like very confused. It's just like, is something stopping him from coming back? Does Fleck need help?
uh, quote unquote Red shakes his head. Like, oh, no, it's nothing like that. It's just sometimes people need a little bit of time before they come back.
This seems to have confused her further, and she's not sure what to think about this.
Uh, the last time, and he kind of falters a little bit, like, Fleck saw Mariz, they had a fight. Mariz probably told you that, right?
She gives a small nod. Yeah, it had something to do with Johan. They explained some of it, and for some and Johan even felt bad about it. He said Mariz told him not to feel responsible for it, but he even came over with like a cake and everything to
A
apologize.
moment,
Okay,
sorry.
no, you're fine. Ah, pupper. So how y'all doing in the gallery? Y'all alive over there?
I have the potato.
Mm. Potato acquired.
Yeah. Okay. So, cake and all that.
Yeah. So it's like he even brought over like a cake to make sure that they were okay, and he offered to come up here to help with the posters, so we could try and find Fleck, and that's how I got to be here too, because I said I could look, and I could bring a friend, and then we'd all of us look for Fleck, and because, well, I just wanted to help, and even Johan wanted to help, and I don't know what or why or like things, but like, or why he, so apparently like he's made Mariz change like multiple colors like 3 times, and I don't know what that means other than nickels, and I still don't know what nickels are. But he,
I have no idea what a nickel is either. I'm sorry.
oh, that's okay. Maybe one day I'll find out about nickels. But we just we don't know, and I don't know, but I just know I promised that I'd try and find Fleck, and I wanted to make sure Fleck was okay wherever he went, and even if he didn't want to come back, that was okay, because people leave and just. But if he stays,
he wants to come back, okay?
mm,
It's just really worried, and he was afraid. But he had some time to think, and he does want to come back. He just needs to talk with Mariz first.
Banana gives a nod. I guess it must have been pretty bad, because Fleck's really brave. I don't know what would scare Fleck so bad. Must have been really scary.
Kind of smiles a little sadly, like, well, sometimes people aren't as brave as you think. But the other hand gets placed on on Banana's shoulder, and he's just like, I promise I'll come back, okay?
Banana is staring at you.
Fleck is sweating. Shit, wait! It's like, I mean, I promise he'll come back.
Are you going to... She squints at you more.
Uh,
Let's make 2 rolls here. It's only a 12.
You can probably have advantage on whatever it is you're doing, because he was not subtle.
Yeah, she is staring at you intently. She is just like, and she looks at you, she kind of like raises a hand, she like lightly taps like in the center of your chest. She's like, even if Fleck's not brave all the time, that doesn't make him any less brave. Fred.
He blinks like, alright, that's me. Sweating like, oh, well, if you say so.
Well, it takes a lot of things to be brave sometimes. It's like, sometimes you gotta be brave and run away, and sometimes you gotta be brave and stay. It's all different things, she says as she still squints up at you.
Oh. I will say Fleck is kind of leaning down a little bit because he's not used to talking to shorter people. he's gotten a little bit better at it after
Mhm.
staying at the community, but like he does still lean down.
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh,
And she's like just actually hang on. Ba, ba,
oh,
ba. Ooh, that's only actually that might work with an 11. Hang on. Okay, you've got your hands on her shoulders. You're looking down at her, and with an 11, how tall is not red?
I believe not red is about 5'5".
5'5". Okay. Um, Banana is suddenly taller. She's about the same height as you. Maybe give or take a little bit. But she is now looking at you eye to eye. She's not tall like she was before. She's not 6.5 feet. Did you want to roll insight
Sure.
or perception? But you said they were the same, so.
Yeah.
She's
So
about as. I'm afraid all you guys. She's about as tall as you are now. And so she's almost like eye to eye with you now. Hands still on her shoulders because she hasn't shrugged them off yet. She's like.
Luck's just
She's like
blinking like,
squinting at
did she
you.
just get taller? No, wait, this happened before, but wait. Oh, this is weird.
She is. Oh my god, come on, Banana.
He is a little bit too startled to try and hide right now.
No, that's fair.
21.
When have I met you before? I don't remember you.
Uh, um, uh,
You been telling fibs? Have you been lying? Have you been being mean?
I haven't been being mean. Just, okay, I'm really bad at hiding this. And he kind of just, he was fiddling with the ring a little bit before, but now he kind of just, uh, he puffs it off, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a little poof, and suddenly there is Fleck. uh, I'm really not good at that. Sorry, Banana.
She's just staring at you like she was squinting before, and she has just gone back to like wide-eyed staring now, and she just like slowly just like sinks down to her knees and is just like hunching forward a little as she just stares at you.
Fleck's fur is on end.
Fleck?
Yeah?
Fleck?
Yeah?
I found you.
Oh.
Fleck?
Nodding like he did. I'm sorry, Banana. I was just so worried that you were mad, and I wasn't sure if you and Johan were. Look, did Banana say Johan? I don't know.
Yeah, she said his name a few times now.
Okay. Yeah, so it's just I wasn't sure if you and Johan were angry, and I'm sorry.
I scared you?
He nods to lick. I'm not as brave as you think I am.
Roll a perception.
He is allowed to see.
See?
This is a viewpoint he is way more used to.
Mm-hmm. She looks heartbroken. She is just
Oh
looking down
no.
at you, like with her hands, like just like held together in front of her, just resting on her knees, and she's just like looking down at you, and she just
Oh.
looks heartbroken, and she just says, "Well, I it's do you have the letter and that I was there when when Mariz when they wrote it and they'll let you go off of the 18. She's getting smaller again basically until she looks like she usually does. And she kind of like worries her hands together a minute and she looks at like the little ring now more circlet size as you're holding it, and she looks at it and she looks at you and then she looks at it and then back to you and she's just like, I and then she just stands up really quickly and she turns and runs away.
It's just gonna go, Banana, wait! And he's going to run after her.
That's a 23 for stealth.
God, I can't beat that. Now it's Fleck's turn to go looking. He's just like, Banana! Banana, I'm sorry!
So you look around, you don't find anything, but you do see Johan, and there's a little blue bird on his shoulder, and the bird seems to be you're not sure if the bird is talking or signing because their backs are to you, so you can't really see what's going on or hear because you're away.
Okay. Wants to get the attention of the bird, but not Johan. He's gonna try and throw a little thing. Like, not anything big enough to hurt, but you know.
Yeah.
So that would be, would that just be a regular attack roll?
I believe so, yeah. And do you have proficiency in ranged weapons, though?
I do have proficiency in, like, a short bow and stuff.
Okay, then that would probably do it. Like, nothing fancy, but yeah.
And
I'm guessing it hits Johan or something, and he just like looks around confused.
Oh, he does try to hide from Johan because that's a little bit too much drama for one day. He just wants to talk to the bird.
Yeah. He's probably a little confused that there's only one thing thrown at him. And it's like, yes, Mariz isn't here, so there's not going to be two more things following.
Oh, he's trying again. We'll see about that, pom-pom boy.
14, it's still not beating the AC, so Johan gets pinged by something again, and he's probably looking around confused, and it's just like, starts heading along somewhere. I don't know where he's going, but he's walking somewhere.
Oh no!
Look, Rick said Johan could be here.
Okay. Dice person, please stop bullying me. 24!
24, okay. You managed to bop the bird this time, and like the bird like gives a startled like noise and like looks around.
Yeah, he's kind of like, he's not making a noise, but he is like waving his arms a little bit to make himself noticeable.
Okay, with a 15, I'm imagining the bird sees you, and Oof.
Oh, how the turntables.
Yep. This, the bird just gives you like a surprised look and then just kind of like shrinks back a little. Like, do you try and sign something or motion them over to persuade
um,
them?
he is definitely frantically making the come over motion. Please.
Okay, roll persuasion. Oh shit.
I mean,
What
you
would
can
contest with
probably.
that?
I imagine wisdom, so
Wisdom?
you can
Okay.
probably see. It's probably that convincing because he does look genuinely really distressed.
That's fair, that's fair. Uh oh shit, that's a nat one.
Oh no.
Um that's a nat one.
Come hither, little birdie.
Okay, the bird says something. It seems to say actually like say something to Johan. Like the bird is not signing. You notice like you're too far away to hear. They're whispering, but you notice that the bird does seem to actually either that or Johan knows how to knows talk with animals. So um, and Johan seems to stop for a minute and pauses, and the bird hops down and kind of comes over, but stays, does not come close. Like there's at least a normal sized foot between the two of you, and the bird does
Oh.
not come closer this time.
Oh. Flex kind of just like, hey, you're Banana's friend, right?
They give a nod.
I can't find them, but can can you pass the message on for me?
They kind of seem to like think about it for a moment and like look down a little, then look up and give a nod.
Flex is kind of just like, can you please tell Banana that I'm I'm really sorry. I didn't want to scare her, and I I don't want to be mean and lie to her, but I was just afraid, and I don't. I'm not afraid of. I'm not afraid of Banana. I know that Banana's a good person, and I'm sorry for sorry for being afraid of them like that. I just don't know what I'd do if she was mad at me.
Bird looks at you a minute and like very slowly, like kind of walks closer. Just and looks up at you because you are taller than this bird by like 2 inches. But then like
Oh,
she like the bird ducks its head, like looking up at you a little, and then like is Fletch standing up straight or
he is uh a little bit hunched over,
okay?
mostly just from that is his natural rat response to stress.
That's
Uh,
fair. Yeah, yeah. And they like tilt their head a little, look up, and just like straighten a little and just. Do you want to roll insight?
sure. Oh, I keep forgetting there's no plus. It's just a straight d20.
Like,
10.
10. Well, it's at least a 10. So this bird doesn't seem to know what to do. They just seem like they don't know what to do, and they just look at you a moment, and then they like lean up a little bit to like make up the difference in height, and they they just like give a gentle preen to the tuft of hair, that you have at
Oh.
the front of your head. And then they just step back a little bit. And then they don't nod, they don't shake their head. Just look at you a moment. And then they go fly back to Johan's shoulder.
As they fly off, Fleck's kind of just like, I'm gonna make them an apology scarf, so they better come see me again.
They kind of like hover in the air a moment and give a tweet. They can't really sign very well while flying. They're kind of using their wings right now.
Aw.
So they give a tweet, and then they fly over, and they land on Johan's shoulder. And again, you're not sure if the bird is saying something aloud. Well, no, actually, from this viewpoint, you can see the bird does seem to be saying something to Johan. And you can't hear what it is, or, like, again, maybe Johan knows speak with animals. Who knows? And they start heading towards what I assume you know in the direction of the teleportation circle.
Mhm.
And yeah, and I guess unless there's something that's where the scene ends, is Fleck watching them go, and the two of them heading out.
There is one last thing Fleck wants to do.
Okay, what does Fleck want to do?
Damn it, that's a nat one.
Oh
He was
no.
gonna try to reverse pickpocket, but
Oh no.
he kind of just he does a little trip.
Oh no. I'm guessing he falls on whatever thing he was gonna reverse pickpocket onto them.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's even a
He got excited and pulled out the cookie, but did a tumble.
Oh, did a tumble. It is now 2 halves of a cookie. Still probably a good cookie, but you know.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, yeah. And so, well, roll an advantage. Why not? It takes him a minute to walk to the portal. He could try more than once.
29.
There you go. You reversed. You lost the first one. You ended up with 2 halves. You ate it. You had more than one cookie on hand. And
Yeah.
you...
What do you take him for?
A not hoarding rat?
Yeah. Well, he probably swaps to an apple tart, one for each pocket. So, so just before Johan leaves, Fleck does a little incredibly acrobatic grand heist maneuver to slip 2 apple tarts into his pocket, and then he runs off.
Never spotted. This rat is gone.
Because we're ending on a funny note.
Yes, that's kind of what I want. I'm like, we're not ending on a broken cookie. Roll again.
Yeah.
No. The problem was he wasn't reverse pickpocketing apple tarts. That's where the true victory lies.
Yeah,
And apple
obviously
tarts.
the only thing he can pickpocket. He can reverse pickpocket his apple tarts.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well. So the carrot zooms out on Fleck as he happily runs off after successfully reverse pickpocketing 2 apple tarts, and as Johan and the bird step into the teleporter to head on home. And yeah.
Maybe there's a little after credit scene of Johan finding them.
Like,
Probably handing over one to Banana.
Possibly. Oh, it's just like, why is it an apple tart in my pocket? I don't remember buying this.
It's an unwrapped apple tart too. So.
Yeah. Sticky paws. Sticky pockets.
It's fine. He's got prestidigitation.
I mean, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, and Banana would take it if he offers her one, but we need to inform Brinks of what happened to her poor boy while she was not here.
Even when we're not trying to, he gets bullied.
Yeah, this wasn't even an imagine. Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Oh,
well, thank you for joining us. I
yeah.
hope you had a good time.
I know I
Uh,
did. Sorry for all the feels that got away from us.
Sometimes that's life,
It
but
is.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Banana has an apology tart and is getting an apology scarf, so.
Oh my gosh.
Because, I mean, who else could reverse pickpocket apple tarts into Johan's
That's
pockets?
very true. That's very true. But yeah, thank you everybody in the gallery, and thank you to future listeners. I hope you all have a good time. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye!